Hello everyone and welcome to my FAWM studio tour. This year I will be mixing in Reaper, which is what I've been mixing in for the past, I don't know, bazillion years, because it's almost free and it's basically awesome. Everybody should use Reaper, it kills. So I'm mixing on these Mackie MR8s here. I may or may not use my control surface. I was in a phase where I was using these things, but it takes up a lot of space on my desk and it's kind of cumbersome, so I'm probably just going to mix everything in the box, quote unquote, as it were, which is what I'm going to do anyway, so I don't have any outboard gear. This is my interface. It's got 8 ports. So the first 2, I will be bringing them over from my Korg Chrome, which has been through a lot, this poor keyboard. I've replaced several key banks and it still doesn't have a low C. Just a gaping hole where the C should be. Ooh, that's maybe a good line for a song. So it's coming in stereo here in 1 and 2, but I'm also bringing it in with the MIDI from the back. So in case I need to record any MIDI stuff, it's coming in. These first 2 slots will also be used for all my guitars and basses. So I'm just going to run my my Jaguar here, bass, and there's a 4-string there. And then we're going to be doing some acoustic guitar, although I won't go out the output on this because output on acoustic guitar sound like garbage. Always mic it, always. My electric, when I need to play it, is just sitting over here. This is an Ibanez something or other that my buddy set up, so it sounds real good. If I have to run it through the amp, I will. Otherwise, I'll just be using amp sims if I can find a good sound on the amp sim in Reaper. So those are the first 2 slots. The next 6 slots on my interface will be taken up by the drums. And this is my drum kit over here. I couldn't help myself. Red tom heads just look cool. I'm sorry. And this new cymbal pack, the Sabian AAX. I believe this is the Praise and Worship pack, but I won't be doing any of that. I'm just going to hit them with sticks. But actually, I'm not going to hit them with sticks. Simon is going to be my drummer on this FAWM. He's my incredibly talented 13-year-old who can play anything. So whatever drums you hear in the songs that I'm recording, that's coming from my 13-year-old buddy Simon. I am miking these with just these little CAD microphones. I like these because they sound decent, whatever. It's a drum mic. And these clip-on things on the side are the most convenient and easy to use that I've found. Some tom mics are so convoluted you can't even put them on half the times. Of course, some cowbell, some ribbon crasher, and double kick, which I can't play, but Simon can, so we'll see if that works its way on anything. You might notice my overhead is more like a side head. It's because I've been experimenting with mic techniques, so instead of putting the 2 overheads, the other one's over here, we'll talk about that in a second, over the drums, I've been setting them off to the side. I don't think it's for every recording, but it gives a really interesting sound. Like when this cymbal, when you hit this and it's wibble-wobbling back and forth, or you hit the crash and it's kind of going back and forth and back and forth, it kind of pans itself across the spectrum, and it sounds really cool. It gives a lot of motion to the drums, I think, so we're going to do that for this recording. And this microphone here is like my quintuple duty microphone. I will sing all my vocals into this guy. It's an AT4033, I believe. We'll do all vocals into this, but when we need to, we'll swing it around, pivot it around, and it'll become my other drum side head, overhead thing. Also, probably I'll just probably play my acoustic guitar into it or close to it, and hopefully that'll be fine. So I also have a closet full of random junk in case I need any of this. Here's my other guitar rack. It's got my classical guitar, my fretless bass, which I suck at, drop D flat guitar in here in case I want to get real crunchy and low. And myriad other things I don't play, like a bunch of horns and stuff. We'll bring in the specialists if we get to that. We've got, of course, other various studio gear just strewn about. It's super organized in here, as you can see. And that's my FAWM studio tour, so everything you hear will be coming out of here, unless I collab with somebody else, obviously. If I program, that'll all be in Reaper as well, although I don't really do a ton of programming. I like to keep things pretty real. So thanks for watching. See you in FAWM. Hope you're having a good FAWM. FAWM.